Hey guys, this is Grill909. We're back with another UBC video. This time it's season 6 of the UBC. I'm particularly back at the most of them at this. So yeah, we're back again, giving you another draft analysis. This is like the third time I started recording because Cam Studio is trash. Use Camtasia. So finally got Camtasia again. Well, free trial. So we're gonna start doing this before I forget. And if I sound like this, I'm pretty sick. I have pretty much allergy messing with me, so I have stuffy nose. So I'll try to make it as quickly as possible. So this season, my main goal is not to have a ground weakness, and I feel like I end up having it again. But we'll see what happens. I can always change, so it's not the end of the world. So this season, this time, we're going to be using a lot of cool mods. So this season, the first mod we're using is Katana, which Katana is a grass steel type, pretty nice Pokemon. Has a pretty high up attack stat, pretty good solid move pool, and this is also the Z Captain. Being a Z Captain with Katana gives a lot of options because we get to play around with 5 basically different Z crystals. It's pretty nice because both it can run Dual Stab, it can run Defog, Scarf. It has access to Knockoff now, which basically buffed the mess out of the stage, so Rocky Helmet users can't stall this thing out. Not only that, it's a pretty good set of options and support options such as Tailwind, Synthesis, which I'm probably not going to ever use, Toss It for Switch, and Substitute, which I probably already said that. Overall, I think Katana is a pretty good addition to the team and a good way to start off, and a good mod to build around with. So we can start building around his weaknesses, which I started doing with Keldeo as a special attacker. Is a water and fire type, which covers the fire weaknesses, but we still kind of starting to get electric weakness going. Keldeo is nice too because it also got a pretty good buff. Got liquidation, so it can run a solid physical set now, but I don't think people are going to be running that shit, but it's still a nice option. It's still something to consider. Overall, I picked this mod because it's a good solid spam mod. It has pretty good solid set with Scarf. It's a good Scarfer too, so I don't have to run Scarf Katana, so just in case I run to Bulk 1, I can run Scarf Stone Edge. It has some pretty good solid moves with both staffs, such as Secret Sword, Focus Blast, Hydro Pump, Icy Wind, the hidden powers. Like, I can name like a shit ton of good shit with it. And Calm Mind. Don't forget Calm Mind. Calm Mind is nice. Very good in draft format. Sub Calm Mind is going to be pretty cool. Overall, Keldeo is a very solid water type Pokemon. I like this typing. Speed 2 is pretty nice. It's a very solid mod and actually works well with the team I'm trying to build. Next up is Good Score, which is one of my favorite mods I drafted. It actually got the biggest buff in my opinion because now it can use Default with Poison Heal, meaning it can check some of the most annoying mods like Toxapex and other shit. Good Score has also good support mods because it also has access to Roost, Baton Pass, Agility Passing. Well, we can't Agility Pass, but we can actually SD Pass. So, Taunt, Toxic, and shit. It can even run an SD offense set with Facade or Ice Fang or Knockoff. Good Score's pretty cool. Has some pretty cool options. There's a lot of custom ability we can run with this Pokemon. There's a ton of shit that I'm starting to think of what I want to run every single week depending on what matchup. And it's a pretty good solid defensive Pokemon. Its defensive is like 125, which is not bad. Its attack is 95, which is not amazing, but it's still good. Base 95 speed is decent. And HP is 75, not the greatest, but still workable. We can still work on with this mod. I think this mod's gonna be pretty cool. The next Pokemon is, I'm very excited, it's Mega Manacham. This mod's a freaking monster. Base 100 attack stat and speed. Has some pretty decent bulk, like base 85, even though HP is bad. But what really made this mod really good is pure power, because pretty much it just decks everything in the right matchup. Move pool is pretty good, crazy too. It has access to Bullet Punch, Bulk Up, Drain Punch, Ice Punch, Fire Punch, Focus Punch. We're not gonna run that shit, ignore that shit. Low Kick, Power Punch, Psycho Cup. We're probably gonna run Zen Hippo over it. I don't know why that's even an option. Shit, even Seismic if I want to fucking meme someone if I really want to. But this mod is a very scary mod. It's a very underslept Mega if used in the right hands. Has some pretty cool options. The sad part about this is I wish I had a Tapu with it, like Tapu Koko or Tapu Lele to combo with it, because I was thinking about comboing it with both this and Katana. But this season we don't have a Tapu, which sucks. Everyone got all the good Tapus because they snipe all of it. Or I should have just drafted from the start, but I really want a Katana. So overall, I think Mega Man Chan will be a good addition to the team. We do have some pretty fast mod, and having a good wall breaker will make sure that we won't get stalled out very easily. So this mod I'm also excited for, Snorlax. You know, the mod that actually caused my misery in the first season match. Like, I have a thing of losing my first match besides off season. But anyways, so it's a pretty nice mod. It has a pretty good HP, actually a very good HP stat, 160, Jesus Christ. Pretty good special defense stat, pretty good attack stat, and defense may not be all that good, but hey, we can fix that with the HP stat. It's fixable. Overall, Snorlax is a pretty cool Pokemon. All of his abilities are pretty good. Immunity, make sure that we can't get tossed stall, so fuck people. Big Bang is nice versus specific fire and ice type Pokemon, so we're going against a lot of Charizards and probably Volcaronos, so we're probably going to definitely need this. And Gluttony, which is probably one of my favorite abilities now because it allows you to eat your belly to 0.5%. So if you really want to run a belly drum curse or a curse slash belly boosted mod, we'll run that shit. Overall, Snorlax is a bunch of fun tools to run with, and it's a good depth wall too. With his stats. It's easy splashable, and we can easily play around with the EVs to make it physical bulky too. It's just based on how we choose. I think Snorlax will be a good Pokemon. I think it's a good addition to this team. It solves some issues. We don't have really a fighting weakness. We solved the fire and ice weakness, so we have a pretty solid mod. But I'm starting to notice some pretty declining ground weakness, which I'm probably going to fix after this season we battle. But we'll see what happens. So we got Rhyperior, right? And Rhyperior is a solid physical attack defensive mod. Yeah, it increased the ground weakness, but it's also a rock and ground type, which also makes sure electric doesn't cause an issue to this team. We do have cover for grass and water, so I'm not worried about it. The first 3 top stats pretty good. 140 attack, 115 HP, 130 defense is pretty solid, but we're not going to worry about the rest of the stat. We don't talk about those stats. Overall, it has some pretty interesting abilities too. It has Lightning Rod, Solid Rock, and even Reckless, which is pretty scary if using the right hands. Overall, Rhyperior is a very solid mod, and I picked this mod because this is guaranteed rocks. This is guaranteed going to be the rocker of the team. Always going to be the rocker of the team. Well, last time of Gliscor and some other mods I have. It has some pretty solid offensive pressure too, because it actually has a pretty solid great move pool despite this. Like, Rhyperior is fucking weird. It has access to Avalanche, Aqua Tail, Y, Ice Punch, and Fire Punch, I believe, if I'm correct. Yeah, it does. Crazy. I think it has access to T-Punch. Oh yeah, Thunder Punch. Don't forget Thunder Punch. Has access to Sword Dance. Rock Polish, Rock Blast, Roar, fucking Pursuit. I can name like literally 5-10 moves already off the top that is good. This mod is pretty good. It's actually pretty scary if used correctly. Yeah, I have no issue using it with because I have tried Rhydon and I think Rhydon is cool too. But I think Rhyperior is gonna be a much better option. And a lot of customization, and we can fit around on this team pretty easily. We just gotta team build to play smart with it. Overall, I think this will be a very fun mod to use. I don't see a lot of people use this mod a lot, but we're gonna start using it a lot. So the next other 6 Pokemon, probably weird as fuck. Sorry, I'm stuttering. It's Mimikyu. We brought back Mimikyu again. I think Mimikyu was pretty consistent last season. Actually, did some pretty cool games. We're not gonna be running Red Card. I'm not running that shit again. If the only time I'm running that is either a bulky build, but fuck that, I'm not doing that shit again. Mimikyu is nice because it's an anti-setup option. So just in case if we have a setup sweeper, we can just literally just go into Mimikyu, try to kill them as best, damage them, or kill them so we can finish off a priority. It also gives us a priority option alongside with Medicham. It's a Ghost and Fairy type, which means fighting types, Dragon immunity, and is pretty decently fast. 96 speed is not amazing, but it's pretty nice. 105 speed up is good, and 90 attack is not impressive, but it does have center option in Sword Dance. Overall, Mimikyu is a very solid Fairy type. It's been consistent, probably one of the mods that's very slept on, so it's probably gonna be fun. We'll be probably the same results that we have this season, probably much better since we have more experience with it. Double is another option I'm pretty excited to use. Ghost and Steel type is pretty cool. 150 defense is nice. 110 attack is pretty good. Even though it's slow, it's one of the most scariest Eviolite mods. It has access to Gyro Ball, which means the most hard-hitting Gyro Balls in the game. It has access to Pursuit, Destiny Bond, Sacred Sword, Iron Head, SD, Shadow Sneak, and Shadow Claw. It's not crazy as Aegis Slash, but it's still pretty threatening if using the right hands. Main reason why, because I don't want to deal with Slowpups. Slowpup also got a buff. The guy has a Sticky Web. I don't want to deal with Belly Drum Slowpup, so I'm just going to get this. I don't care if it has Flank 4. Fuck Slowpups. But overall, I think this mod is pretty good. It's Acid No Guard, which means we'll never hit, which I don't think it has any move that will miss other than Rock Slide I can think of. I don't think any other moves can miss, but pretty good mod. Had some lot of good uses with it in the past, so I'm very excited to use it in the UBC draft. So we're bringing back Dynasty again, which I'm probably may gonna change, honestly, because again I'm increasing my ground weakness again. So I'm probably gonna get a better flying type. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how this first week goes, because the first week we're fighting CJ. So what we got is a decent Rock and Fairy type Pokemon that gives us another Dragon ability, and also gives us rocks and crit support such as Heal Bell. Diamond Sword did got buffs again, so getting those +2 defense is pretty nice. That can come in handy. Got Acid Screen, which I did make use of it last season, which actually kind of helps me sometimes. Has Acid Explosion, so he uses Kamikaze. Its offensive may not be the best, but it's still pretty decent. Still have coverage to use with this offense move. Overall, Dynasty is a decently good defensive mod, honestly. I think it's mostly slept on because the typing can be off-putting, but in using the right hand, it actually can be really, really good. I have no issue with it. I use it 2 seasons in a row, and it actually not disappoint me. It actually did its job. Next up is Vileplume, which I'm very excited because I never tried Vileplume in a draft format. So let's see how this fucking goes. So it has pretty good, decent stats. The highest is special attack, so it's more of an offensive grass, but its typing can be bulky if used invested correctly. It's a really good support move. It also got buffed this generation too because it got straight stat, which means you take it heals from the user's HP attack stat and lowers it by 1. Not only that, heals you. It's a really good spammable move because guess what? Grass is not immune to this crap. I also have some pretty good support moves such as Sleep Powder, Stun Spore, and even Poison Powder, which we're probably going to use Sleep Powder more. Fuck Stun Spore. It has some pretty good offensive moves for the grass type too, such as well, we're not going to run Moon Blast, but Giga Drain and Sludge Bomb. The main reason why I picked this mod really is because I didn't have a poison or a grass type, which I remember last season having that makes it easy to spam Bleach Seed. Not a fun time, and honestly, don't want to deal with that shit again. So, this mod's pretty good. Pretty good grass and poison type. It's not a bad grass and poison type. I'm pretty sure there's better options, but I was low on points during the time, so I decided to get this. Why not? Just have fun with this mod. And yeah, that's my main reason why I picked Vileplume. Pretty decent poison, grass and poison type mod, and its ability is pretty cool too. Vegetable is good, and Chlorophyll is good, and Sun Base. So Houndoom is probably arguably one of the mods I may consider change, but we'll see how this week goes. I may keep it, but I may actually change this mod just to get a flying type, just to fix it. The only reason why I get it because I didn't have really a fire immunity, even though I did have like 3 fire switches, but it doesn't hurt to have another one, which I kind of don't really need Houndoom, but we can always change it. So Houndoom is pretty good because it offers a better pursuit trap or stat pursuit trap at best. It has Acid to Sucker Punch, it has Acid to Flame Charge for sit-up boost, it has Acid to Nasty Plot. Being Dark and Violet in general is actually pretty scary. It can be used in the right hands. Its base stat is not that bad. 110 Death Attack is not bad, but Nasty Plot, that's scary. 95 is pretty average. Not crazy fast, but pretty decent average. So, Smooth Pool is pretty solid. It does have some pretty good options. It does have Destiny Bond, which is going to be pretty cool, and Foul Blade. Overall, this mod is a pretty decent mod. It's not the greatest fire type Pokemon, but it still has some pretty good options, and it can be used in draft format really well. So it depends on how we play with it. I'm not too confident with this. I may switch it out just like what I did when I drafted Comfey before, but we'll see. We'll see how the matchup goes. It's never too late to switch. We're still just starting. We're just getting ready for our first weeks right now. So the last Pokemon, which is pretty much a crazy, probably our pick, but is Type No, which we'll see what happens. I only picked this just to have fun with this mod. Mainly just I want to have a fun mod to enjoy myself. I don't want to stress myself out. I just want to enjoy the season, have fun playing with mods I like. Type No is not as crazy and scary as Savali, but it's pretty bulkier than Savali actually. It still has some pretty decent support options using Magikarp, War, Rest, Toxic, and U-Turn, which U-Turn is mostly used as a pivot, not support, and T-Wave. Doesn't have all the crazy moves, but it still has some good moves you can use. SC set is pretty scary. I have seen some West setup actually destroy shit in the lower tiers, but overall it's a pretty solid mod. People sometimes sleep on this mod because they think just because it doesn't have the same move, it can't be scary. It's basically the same thing as Savali, except its speed is lower. And Battle Armor is nice because it can never be critted. So a really good, more defensive mod, honestly. Overall, I think this mod is going to be pretty good and pretty fun. So, like I said, I feel like I have another ground weakness, but honestly, all I really need is just one more flying tab, and then that issue is solved. I already have a really good solid one to stop it, but it doesn't hurt to get another one. It's not too late. Probably going to change one of the other twos. Probably maybe Houndoom Dancy or Type No, but we'll see what happens with the first week. If we do terrible first week, then yeah, I'll just change something to fix it. But overall, it's better off than last season. Last season, I did not have absolutely no ground weakness. I see no ground switches, which was the worst feeling of my entire life. Never want to experience that shit again. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the draft analysis. Like I said, the first week we're fighting against CJ, which is a really good battler. He got a lot better. He got insanely a lot better. Like last season, I think he got in the playoffs too. So this is not going to be a fun match for me. Oh god. All right. Anyways, sorry for the rambling. Pretty sick. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure you guys like and subscribe if you want to see more. Make sure you all check out the other stuff. I'm probably going to stream some other games sometime soon. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. This is a reminder. I'm signing out. Peace.